at one point we were in Rumtek, and the Bhutanese king passed away, and the Karmapa had to leave. And at that time, actually, we were going to get the Bodhisattva promise. And he then told us we should get the Bodhisattva promise from Shaman Rinpoche, that he would be, it would be the same as getting it from him. So we received it at that time, very extended.
But actually, they were all there.
Together
all
with
the
all
the
tulkus there.
It was amazing when Karmapa went out. I remember that. We were just saying bye to him, and he went by, and his clothes hit us, and he was completely bald, and he looked bigger than usual, and it was like like an electric shock from it. It was like he was like really charged up. We were quite amazed. Then he went off. Yeah. Then we smuggled our way into Bhutan ourselves, well dressed up.
Difficult, visa difficulties.
That was a reality at that time, yeah.
Yeah, it was going to Bhutan.
Sure. Well, yeah, Bhutan. Bhutan, that's right. Because then we met the Karma in Kalimpong, and he was going on, and then he told us, okay, why don't you get on that lorry?
No, that was the second time. No, that was the second time.
Was it?
Yeah, that was the second time.
Okay.
First time we ourselves got on buses. We went that special way, we went on that special way where only the natives could go with, and we were wearing Tibetan clothes. And we got over the border like that, and the police were looking, and we were looking down, and we'd been a bit suntanned, so I had black glasses on, nobody could see my blue eyes, right? So, and Hannah wore chuba, female dress.
We didn't have any hair.
And we had no hair, so, we got over like that. Then we made a mistake, however. We actually thought this first time, we thought, wow, they're all friends. We made it past the Indians. I went into the leader of the administration there, and he was an Indian. So we were put in, with the highest, with the finest of treatment down there in Punchuling and so on for 10 days, and treated like kings and so on. But the government couldn't do anything because they were all taking initiations from Karmapa, and we wanted to take initiations from Karmapa also. That's why we came, but we hadn't been. What hadn't we? We had given our passport, and we had promised not to go, right? We just promised that. We hadn't even, had we given the passport? I don't even think we had, but we had promised not to go.
It would not be a good thing, because it would fall back on the...
So we stayed there, and then after 10 days...
Kind of breaking the law.
We were told we had to leave, right? So we came out and seen the Indian border post. They just broke their legs trying to look the other way, like they didn't see us coming out there. And we were so sour. And then another interesting thing, also a karmic thing, then came a really expensive luxury bus full of French or Italian, what were they? French or Italian tourists. And they picked us up there at the border place. They also had wanted to go to Bhutan, saw that they couldn't get in, right? And they took us along, and they drove us down the way to not too far from Siliguri. And then we got off. And by that time we had said Western civilization. We had seen everything our civilization was aiming for, right? Beautiful glasses, nice skin, everything like that. And we said, not enough, right? And we were actually sour at that time. I was a bit sour. I say, you can do it, you can't do that with us, right? I mean, we come here to learn something, you can't do that. So I was sour, and I thought, let's go on. And then it was that Hannah remembered that we had mail waiting up in Darjeeling, and with Kai Rinpoche, and also that, money also actually, both. So we decided, okay, we go up there first. And then it was that we went down to see, and got a close connection to Karl Rinpoche. And then that was how it happened. We jumped half a year, I think, in what we explained. Yeah. Then the second time, Karmapa, that was in 72. That was the second time we were in Bhutan. This time we were legally there because Karmapa, we knew Karmapa was come. We had gone down into the secret area, and we had found a place where you could hide, and we were waiting for him to come by. And then when he came by in his jeep, we jumped out and stopped him. And Karmapa said, into the luggage. So they piled luggage on us and drove us into Bhutan like that the second time. So, so he thought that was cool. He liked that. So after that, then we stayed
spent some
there.
time
And there we met the king and everything like that.
Yes.
We were just sitting there next to Karmapa, and this gentleman we had seen from somewhere before, he came in and sat down in front of Karmapa.
We were still not
on the
really
floor.
into-
We're not so used to this, who sits up and down, it's not so interesting to Westerners. But out there it's very interesting, and we were sitting there with Karmapa, yes, but can't you see, you should make sure we get Bhutanese passports so we can stay here and stuff like that. And the king comes in and sits down and we thought, okay, maybe we're sitting in the wrong place, so we gradually came down on the floor also and sat there, and so on. So that was...
There were a few things one had to adjust.
But that was amazing there. At that time, we came in there in the middle of the night.
Yes.
And he had, honestly, there was no giver of any kind of light in the room. We came in, there must have been 12, 1 o'clock, very late. Everybody had been there. We walked in last. And we came in there, and the man was shining.
Yes.
He was shining with a yellow-green light, and I thought he had some liver trouble because that's what produces that color, right? But he was shining. I can tell you, if you got a newspaper close enough to him, you could read the newspaper by the light he sent out. I had no doubt about that. I mean, no doubt. It was a completely dark room. He was sitting in there, and so far, the light was quite strong. So we just said, wow, what a man.
Yes.
We were just, wow.
There were
right?
so many actually
Phosphorus.
wonders and miracles around the Karmapa
It happened all the time.
all the time.